Hello, algebra students. Example says simplify, and I see this -3 shoved up against these parentheses, which means this -3 is multiplying. So this is -3 times the quantity or the entire grouping of p minus 6. Now, I do not want you guys to get intimidated by negatives once you are doing algebra because you get to do the negatives part in your calculator. What you need to see is what's going on here. So let's talk a little bit about that. So in theory, if I was following the order of operations, right, I would start inside this grouping. But because we know we can only combine like terms in algebra, we couldn't do the subtraction even if we wanted to, right? First term is a p term. And the next one is a constant or plain old number term. They're not like, they can't combine. I can't add or subtract them. And so I'm going to have to use that lovely distributive property that says we can take a multiplier and pass it out to every term in the parentheses. Let's do it. So first of all, -3 times p. Well, we just write the number first when we're multiplying, known as the coefficient, and then put the letter second, or the variable, and we get -3p, and that's as much as we can multiply those. Now listen when I read it now. I'm going to say this is -3 times -6, and you might say, well, Kate, you said that was subtraction just a little bit ago. I did when I was reading the entire expression, but right now I'm just looking at it as a piece of multiplication, and so that's why it's easier for me to think of it right now as -6. So -3 times -6 would give me +18. Now careful, don't just shove it right there. You're turning it into a multiplier. When these two terms here, we're adding and subtracting their terms, and so I'm expecting two terms in my answer. So even though it came out to +18, you're going to need to put that little plus sign in there, even though it didn't show up in your calculator. So that's -3p plus 18. And once again, know when to stop. These are not like. I cannot add them, and so check. I'm done. Time to go drink tea. All right, you guys, proud of you. Happy learning.